Okay, in this video it's going to be talking about like victimhood, distractions and stuff like that, and yeah, letting go, things like that. So yeah, it's just good to generally be like accountable, I feel like, for certain things. Trying not to distract yourself over certain feelings you might have, because I think as humans we all just want to distract ourselves, and it's a cultural thing as well. You've got your phone, you've got your job, you've got your friends, you've got your boyfriend, you've got, you know, clothes, makeup, whatever, and it's at the end of the day, some of them are positive distractions, healthy distractions. We all have distractions, but I think having too much distraction just takes away from like the root problem, which is not always healthy to just consistently live in distraction. So, and also like not judging people who sin differently to you, like you can sin a certain way, you may be aware of that or not, but if someone else is sinning in a different way to you, it's so easy to just place loads of judgment upon them for like no reason. And it's just not it's not your place to judge, but it's also like just you're sinning in a different way. We both sin, but we just do it in different ways, and that's actually probably quite a good rule of thumb for actually processing a lot of stuff that's going on in my life, because I've noticed if I get angry, you obviously are clouded by anger, that's kind of the point. So if you don't have to physically fight, being the analytic beings we are, and I'm not one to really get into a fist argument if I don't have to, if you don't let out that anger that you've sort of built up through aggression in physical activity, to let out that sometimes, or reason it out, or emotionally let go, you can pent it up and it can just be really unhealthy, cause passive aggression, etc. But usually passive aggression is due to childhood and upbringing. But anyway, yeah, they say letting go is harder. Sorry, you can control... Sorry. Being a victim is sometimes natural in that sense. Like if you have undergone a lot of anger, trauma, emotional build-up, stress build-up, etc., like it is normal to like fall into that victim mentality. But it's not necessarily healthy, unless like... I don't think it's ever healthy, but obviously it's important to take understanding of what you've been through as a person. Like if you are to fall into that victim mentality, it's about having kindness and compassion to yourself for that. But it's also like you can control some things in your life and how you handle it, so you don't fall into that victim mentality as much. Apparently letting go is hard, but holding on is harder, to like anger and stress and resentment and stuff like that. Yeah, finding kindness, understanding other people. The virtue that follows wrath is kindness. So if you are angry about something, to have kindness, either that's to yourself or it's to others. Sometimes kindness though is just taking a deep breath and saying like, don't punch that person in the face, because it can get to that point, because we are so one-track minded a lot of the time, especially if you're not interacting that much. It's easy to sort of like get stuck in your own head, like, you know, only see something through your eyes and not really see it through someone else's, which is just, you can't live on that, you know, aeroplane mode all the time, but it can be a helpful strategy in order to just literally not punch someone's wall through. The world is unjust. Yeah, having like the world is unjust kind of mindset. Khloe Kardashian was talking about how some people have this cloud above their head, but some people, you can say like, I understand like mental health is a certain thing and I've gone through it, I've seen other people go through really bad depression and stuff like that, but sometimes you can in some ways make the cloud worse for yourself, or even create the cloud by doing things that you could do in a different way, and try and release some of that. The way you process things can be different, because if you don't do that, this cloud will stay above your head and more bad things will happen. So like coping with problems and coping with things that have happened in the past can like make way to attract better things in the future, if that makes sense. So it's fine to hurt, but it's good to heal and channel, and not channel it into things that are gonna make other people's lives harder, and like try and be responsible with feelings and like guiding your mind and guiding like how you handle things, because I think the world's like so big on like, oh, I can't pent anything up now, and I think that's fine, but don't take it out straight on someone else, because that's gonna upset them and ruin their day. So yeah, reflections of past pain, guilt. Yeah, and it's just about behaviours which are accumulatable. You can adopt these behaviours. You might not have them now. They say you change 1% every day. In 100 days, you've created a completely new person. Yeah, you can heal from the root. Yeah, it's not, as well, when it comes to people that are like healing from trauma and stuff, you can't invalidate someone from not healing from trauma in a certain way, because everyone has their own way of coping with life. Everyone has their own way of coping with trauma and how things have affected them as a person. So trying to invalidate that person or telling them they can't deal with it in a certain way is just basically gaslighting, and it's shaming someone for doing something their way they want to do it. And sometimes the mind plays tricks on you to like create this like false reality of like, you know, either everyone else has got it completely together, or, you know, they don't have any issue, you've got all the issues and blah blah. But the fact is everyone does, and it's just important about living in a cohesive society that, well, I don't like the word cohesive, but you know, like a society there, I mean, it's just not even about society, it's about being nice and doing what you can, because at the end of the day you can get good karma from that as well. Like it's about you. Like I think if you change into other people anyway, it's not even going to work. So it's actually wanting to receive that good karma and wanting to actually not create that ripple effect, and also like not just allowing your own mental state to be better. Like at the end of the day, we are, in my opinion, made in the image of God. We to be balanced, we need to have those sins and virtues evened out. So if you've been really angry in the past, you're going to be a bit, you know, unbalanced for that reason. So it's just about coming to terms with those things, and you can carry behaviours, beliefs and stuff like that from those periods without even being consciously aware of it, because we do go on autopilot with our subconscious. So that's the end of my video. I'm going to stop rambling now, but I found this really interesting. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.